And welcome back to another edition of Trogly's Guitars. Really happy to be offering this one, guys. My absolute favorite Les Paul custom ever made, and just happened to be the first one made. My dream guitar that I'd like to eventually own is the original version of the 1954 Gibson Les Paul custom. This is a 2000 reissue that predates any type of certificate of authenticity, so of course there will not be one with this guitar because it did not exist yet. Overall, what can you say about a guitar like this? It's so classy. I know most people, when they think of a custom, they think, humbuckers, but, the original style is truly where it is at. Now, if you're not familiar with this, in the early 50s, 1952, the introduction of the Les Paul, they came all gold, they had a trapeze tailpiece on them, and they had two P90 pickups. They were like that until about early to mid 52, before they switched over to, I believe, the wraparound tailpiece. And as they kept going, from there they made the Les Paul Custom line, which was a guitar that looked very similar to this. The introduction of the two-pneumatic bridge here and tailpiece system. And you still had the P90s, but you had this really fancy neck pickup here, which is affectionately called a staple pickup because of these staple-like pickups there. But if you're into Gibson Les Paul history, I think you're in the same boat as I am on this one. It's just too cool. I've wanted my hands on one of these for a long time now, and definitely glad to be able to offer this one. This one plays phenomenally. It's had some changes to make it more era correct to the original 54 Les Paul Custom. You have an ebony fretboard, which is in great shape, and then you have the body here. This guitar was obviously played. You have a lot of aging here on the knobs, and if I remember correctly, these might be authentic 70s Gibson knobs. I'll write that in the listing if that is indeed the case, but they're definitely aged just like a 70s knob, so it is possible. It's a little dusty. You do have some dings here. The darker white is the dings there. But overall, I mean, you could clean most of the dirt and grime off. And I will give the guitar a thorough clean over before sending it over your way. And the largest ding's kind of right there. Kind of like bubbled the lacquer over a little bit. And you got some polishing scratches. But overall, guys, this guitar, it's phenomenal. There you see the serial number 40016, which means it was the 16th one made in 2000. I believe there were something like 50 of them made that year. So this is a very early one. Now, a very common modification with this is these guitars originally came from the factory with Grovers. However, the original tuners on 54s are waffleback Klusons, very similar to this. The only thing I would suggest is maybe buying some aged tips, and then that would really transform the look here. You have no breaks, cracks, or repairs on this one. Not too much wear on the back of the neck here. You got a little bit right there, you can see, but nothing that's going to really affect your playability. There's the back of the guitar in direct sunlight, so you can see there is a little bit of buckle rash going on, but a lot of it is just the wood grain underneath. I don't know if they didn't fill it very well in the factory or not, but yeah. And there's a little scratch there. And some scratches there. But overall, I mean, this guitar was played, and the first time I, picked it up in my hands, I could see why this guitar was played. Let's see some damage up there. The neck is one of the fattest necks I've ever had. I mean, you can see how beefy that is. Definitely 50s style, as it should be. For those of you that are also unfamiliar with this model, these are all mahogany. They do not have a maple cap like the later Les Paul Customs. They had a mahogany, which gives them kind of a darker sound sometimes. But overall, super cool guitar, the original case. And I mean, if you can't afford a real 54, I mean, one of these reissues that have been given the proper treatment, such as the correct style tuners anyways, they're your next best thing. An original costs you about $25. Yeah, this one might put you around $3.5 to $4 at the most. So as always, thank you for watching my video, and feel free to contact me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Troglys, Troglys. That is where we can discuss the best price available on this guitar, as well as answer any questions or concerns you may have. As always, thank you for watching.